Good evening, everybody. Joe Dog here. Lewis Lee is under the weather, and John hasn't showed up yet, so we're waiting on him. But with us right now, we got Josh Kemp and Dan tuning in. We're just sort of sitting here doing our Saturday night sit around and talk. And we got John B. Pica in the house saying, "Hi there, friends and foes." And
Yeah, we got Jake Lindsay back there too. He's been commenting since before we even started the show.
Yeah, Jake Lindsay's been commenting. So, hey, Jake, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We're just sort of sitting here talking about stuff going on. So, how's everything going your way, Josh?
Just another great rainy day.
Uh,
Mhm.
yeah,
That's
never,
exactly what we got here. I
never
was supposed
ending.
to mow the yard today, but I didn't get a
Mm.
chance.
yeah, it was one of those rainy days for me. My wife and I went out scrapping and we picked up some rather nice furniture that we didn't want to get wet.
There we go.
There's John.
Sliding in last month. Okay.
Last moment, you're about 3 minutes late.
It don't matter. He's on military time.
Hey, even got Chris Walker sitting in the audience. Hey, Chris, welcome.
Well, the more the merrier.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, we found these two coffee tables,
Mhm.
identical coffee tables. One of them was still wrapped up. The other one, the leg was broke on it.
Oh well, that can be fixed.
It will.
Mm. My oldest girl emailed me a picture of 4 absolutely free if you go pick them up IKEA bookcases, and I go, well, I need 4 more bookcases, but unfortunately, I don't have any more rooms to put bookcases in. I'm out of walls in this house. So,
Well, that's when you start stacking them and put them on sliders.
it's hard enough to walk down the hallway with bookcase on either wall, much less making them too deep. I mean, seriously, I'm thinking about making my office door and the storage room door into hidden doors behind bookcases, just because I need the extra room.
Well, I was thinking in the other, in the other rooms.
Oh, believe me, Lindsay needs more wall space for photographs that she wants
Uh,
to hang up, because we've got uh, children, grandchildren, great grandchildren, and all of them send us photographs, and they're growing up, and we just there's it's like you're going to have to make a photo frame that's like a calendar. You just flip pages when you want to see the next one.
yeah. I'm gonna have to get me a camera that zooms because I got my old chair back, and it allows me to sit more comfortably. That other chair that I had a seam that was like this wide of that vinyl leather stuff right across my butt cheeks.
Well,
So
it could have been worse. It could have been the other direction.
yeah. Well, hey, wide as they are, it would have slid right through. That would have been fine. And when it leaned back, it wouldn't lock.
Yeah,
And I
I
mean, I
can't lock
was
this one, but I keep it leaned back.
yeah, and I had it cranked, to where I mean, when it leaned back, it rocked back, but it'd want to throw me forward. Uh, John says he discovered a hilarious show on CW, Wellington Paranormal. We're gonna need to uh,
We'll need some details on that
yeah,
rather than just the title.
yeah. Let us
And
let us know what that's about, or if you won't, shoot me a private message real quick. We'll link you in, and you can tell us about it.
you did flash up Willow's hello.
Yeah, I did flash up Willow's hello, and we waved at her. Thanks for
Okay.
tuning in. And Christian is illusionist Jake Lindsay asked, here's a tough question. Which do you like more, Halloween or Christmas? Let's see.
You're asking a guy that runs a convention called HallowCon. It ain't named Christmas Con, let me tell you, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
And we've got Keisha there too.
Yeah, we have the lovely Keisha Acuff. Love y'all not feeling well. Oh, but I hope you guys have a good night. Thank you. Thank
We
you.
hope you have a good night too, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope that didn't come off as condescending, because I'm
No.
feeling really southern tonight. So
Yeah. Hey, we even got Pop Seeley in here. Hey, Pops.
Hey, Pops. Oh.
Oh.
So the audience is lively, and I feel like death warmed over. But
I know the feeling. I'm sort of tired. Like I said, I think I mentioned it. That I made one of my scrapping runs. Me and my wife, we go out, pick up scrap metal. The little light stuff. We picked up 2 coffee tables today. That one, the leg was sort of bent, broken on it, and the other one was still wrapped up with the leg protectors wrapped around it. Of course, it's now sitting in the living room, and
the leg protectors have become cat protectors.
No, the leg protectors have become cat toys.
Oh, okay, that works too.
I just don't want to stub my toe on this thing because they're metal.
Yeah, it'd be a broke toe in the middle of the night.
Yep, that's a broke toe.
Well, that's what little toes are for, so you can find furniture in the dark.
Okay, John Pica says it's an Australian police investigating the paranormal, Reno 911 style. I may have to give that up. I may have to not give it up. I may have to give that one a try. And Christian says, how about Krampus and Nightmare Before Christmas? I love Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Krampus. I mean, I love the premise of Krampus. It's beautiful. I'm going to teach my new granddaughter about Krampus.
Yeah, really. If you don't behave, you'll get snatched up and pushed in a sack by a demon, and the sack will be beaten with
hickory sticks.
Okay, yeah, I was looking for something a little bit more with thorns on it, but yeah.
And then A Nightmare Before Christmas. Who doesn't like A Nightmare Before Christmas? I mean, it is. I mean,
one day I'll have to sit down and watch that.
So my wife loves anything. That's Tim Burton, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my wife loves anything Tim Burton. So.
And John Pica is going to be a guest at HallowCon and doing things. And if he just accidentally breaks out into a couple verses of something from A Nightmare Before Christmas, I would not stop him at all.
Oh, no. The fire extinguisher is just by your side for decorative purposes.
Yeah. And Ace Bonnie is here. And we have to throw the super shout out to Ace Bonnie, because Ace Bonnie is the 100th subscriber to the Stupid O'Clock channel.
Hey, thank you.
And do we have a favorite Halloween song? This is Halloween. And Willow is going to bed. She's got to get up and make the coffee in the morning, I guess. And thank you. And
there's Skunk.
Probably won't make it tonight, helping his dad save his wedding videos. Okay. Well,
that's more important than we are, please.
Yeah.
You keep right on doing that. Your dad needs your help.
And that probably explains why you weren't home when I drove by earlier today. So, chat with us soon. We hope so. You know where we're at, Willow. Hope to see you soon. And Chris says, that's kind of important, Skunk.
That's all kinds of important.
What's this? Yes, absolutely. That's a good one. Of course, that's usually what the newbies say when they walk into HallowCon. What's this? What's this?
Who's this idiot with a machete chasing me?
And Ace gives us a cheer.
So, what's the date on HallowCon there?
It is
Halloween weekend.
Halloween weekend, be October 29th to the 31st. We kick it off about 3:00 on Friday evening, and we don't quit until Sunday afternoon.
And that's in Chattanooga, or
Yeah. Well, Dalton, Georgia,
oh, okay.
which is
that's not far from Chattanooga, is it?
no.
Yeah.
John could almost walk to the hotel from his place. It'd be a long walk, but he could walk it.
Everybody could walk there. It would be a long walk, but they could make it.
I would roller skate. Thank you.
I was about to say get some scooters and motorized scooters. The Dalton Police Department might not like that.
John says Willow was an awesome guest host on his Back of the Cereal Box
this morning.
So, and be sure to check it out on demand on the Back of the Cereal Box. I guess
I highly recommend it. Yes. I do.
And Christian, I tried to start calling him Jake, but he's got the Christian illusionist put in there. And when I say Christian, I'm thinking of that other guy.
Yeah.
And, we don't want to talk about him. Did that come out? Sorry.
That is recorded for posterity. Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up, Joe Dog.
Yeah. And Chris Walker says, make plans, reserve your rooms now. It's only $69 a night for a king or double.
I will have to. It may be either end of next week or the week after that. I will have to get my membership, and I'll have to make room reservation, and I plan on attending.
Yeah.
How much is the membership? Don't mind me asking.
If you pre-register before October 1st, it's $35.
Okay.
And I include your meals all weekend.
All right. I believe that's something my wife would thoroughly enjoy.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Joe Dog sent me a private message. Says, bring your own damn beer. I know what you do.
Yeah. And John Pica says, you guys, Gunpowder Milkshake is now available on Netflix.
I'll have to check that one out.
That is a must watch. Yeah, it's that girl is badass.
And it's not going to be long before the third season of Umbrella Academy hits Netflix.
I'm waiting for that one.
Me too. I'm hoping there's another season of their Lost in Space, because that has been excellent.
August, final season. Yep.
I hate that it's the final one, because it has been just way above everybody's expectations. But
it was written as it was meant as a 3-act series.
Yeah. I can understand that. I can understand. And Billy Mooney was in it in the first episode there.
Yeah, he was Dr. Smith. He was
Dr. Smith.
Yeah. The way I heard it explained, the first season was them getting lost. The second season was understanding it, being lost. The third season is they find their way home.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in the series, but we'll see. Not the original series, I mean.
And we've got Christian Basil in the house. Hey, Christian, welcome. Glad you're here.
You smell geek? Quit wearing that perfume, boy.
And Chris Walker says, register early to save money. www.hallowcon.com.
I wondered if it was .com or .org. Thank you. I
Yeah.
needed to know that.
Let me find it.
I was about to say, Joda, shoot me that link if you don't mind.
All right. I got it scrolling there right now, so you can jot it. But yeah, I'll shoot you a link.
I got a pen. I can jot it
All
down.
right. I try to make it as easy as I can.
Unlike the URL for my magazine, that one is so complicated physicists can't handle it.
Yeah. It's www.hallowcon.com. Oh, sorry. I was watching Jeff Dunham today. I'm sorry. You know who Jeff Dunham is, don't you, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
No, we'd never heard of him.
Yeah. Well, one of the local radio stations had a show called The Village Idiots. And one of the, rest his soul, Wally Wachowski, was one of the hosts. He was a stuttering talk show host.
I can identify.
And the funny thing was, they would live stream their radio show through their website. You could go onto their website, click, and watch the show. One day, they had Jeff Dunham in there, and Jeff had Bubba J. And Wally was a guy about your size, Josh. Big old fella. Strapping cornbread fed young man. He was about like 6'5", 6'6", every bit 400 pounds. Big old strapping thing. Stuttered. Bubba J. Jeff Dunham talking through Bubba J pissed Wally off so much he drawed back to slap the puppy.
That's when you know the fourth wall will never be broken in that particular area, and the illusion is so good.
Yeah. Of course, the one Peanut that I saw, he goes, "I hate going to the dentist." Peanut was talking. So, I hate going to the dentist. They lay your head back, they spread your mouth open, they start putting everything in that thing. It goes, and then it sticks to your tongue. But the problem is with this guy, motions over towards Dunham. His mouth's all the way back. Hey, how you doing? All right, you done. Oh. And yes, Chris, Peanut is my alter ego, and Bubba J, I can relate to Bubba J. I know quite a few Bubba J's.
I would say Peanut's probably your Patronus.
Patronus. I know. Don't make me break out the dictionary.
That's from the Harry Potter movies.
Oh, okay.
That'd be like
spirit animal.
It's a spirit animal.
That'd be Harry Potter's deer.
Oh.
My Godzilla.
Patronus, you mean familiar?
No, I mean representative when your back is up against the wall and you need Superman to fly in, but he's busy. So you wave your wand and your spirit animal shows up and kicks somebody's ass. Excuse me, it's before midnight. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, I can't remember the spell, but it's Expedus Patronus or something like that. But yeah.
Projecto, I think.
Yeah.
You know what my spell is? Better back up. I'm going to fart.
Truck stop Chili. Defending the universe for about 40, 50 years now.
Yeah. I'm going to throw a shout out to our likes, Clyde Hall, Pop Seeley, and the Rising Tide Broadcast Network gave us the big thumbs up. But
Mr.
Tyler Vanner and Keisha Acuff gave us the heart of love.
Tyler Vanner is a friend of mine. He lives over in England. A Facebook friend. He's a better friend of Lindsay. Sean Sullivan, we know from LibertyCon. He usually winds up tending bar.
Oh, Sean, how are you doing, brother? I need to get you. I need you as a bartender. Wait a minute. Is that?
That's the spell. Expecto
Yeah.
Patronum.
Is that the big tall Sean?
No, he's about my height. He's not
No. Okay.
really extremely tall. I mean,
John, you know who I'm talking about.
I do.
Yeah, beer tender, Chattacon.
no,
He's
no,
like 7 foot
LibertyCon,
tall.
LibertyCon.
He's like 7 foot tall.
No, that's not Sullivan. That's not Sullivan. You're thinking of
Ogre.
Oh, bugger. Now that I'm trying to remember his name, it can't come to me. But
Yeah.
Ogre.
Beer Killer, Beer Slayer. That's it.
No,
The
not
one that's-
Peter. Not Peter. Not Peter. No, this guy. He's every bit of 7 foot tall.
Ogre.
No,
Is
no,
that his
no.
ogre?
Yeah.
Okay. He's the
Sullivan's
one.
about 5'10", 5'11", like I am.
No. The Sean I was thinking of has to duck to go under pop up. You know, the easy up tents.
Mhm.
He actually has to duck his head. He has to lean over to go under it.
No. This
okay.
this
Did
this Sean
somebody else?
Sullivan is the one that runs the Larry Niven monthly IRC chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
From a
you were
server in his house. Yeah.
Yeah, you were mentioning him in another conversation we had.
Oh yeah. In the green room Friday
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or might have been Saturday morning, but I had an impromptu last man standing from the green room Friday night when everybody else left. Me and Bill kept talking
Yeah.
and talking and talking, and then Joe Dog come in, and we had to talk some more.
Yeah,
I don't know if Bill ever got any sleep that night. I swear.
I came in at about almost 2 a.m. and said, "Damn, are you guys still going?"
Bill talking. I mean, really?
Hey, yeah, Bill's good at it too. I mean, he's entertaining as all get out.
Oh, and Jake is now over on Facebook. He said he grew up with Halloween songs calling all the monsters "Don't Fear the Reaper," and someone's watching me.
Well, I don't know calling all monsters, but I'm well familiar with the other two.
Yep.
Poor old Rockwell. He had that one song
Oh,
that
shit.
everybody knows.
Yeah, walk like a dinosaur, get back problems.
No,
Like you
Thriller.
need it anymore.
Thriller. I just twisted the wrong way. I'll be back in a minute. I'm gonna sit here, but
It's time for the inversion boots.
no, I can't.
Just go let them rub on your back for a little while, man.
Well, she moved away. I need to shut up.
That'll be the freaking day. Believe me.
Oh,
Duct tape won't even cause that to happen.
well. Okay. I'm
You doing better now? You forgot to go away, so we kept talking.
I'm just trying to keep stuff caught up on other things, and if Christian Basil is still here, your new boxer briefs I don't agree with. I'm sorry.
Well, John, how was your day today? Since you came in late, a little bit late.
Oh, we cooked bratwurst on the grill. I boiled them in beer and threw them on the smoker grill, and I ate too many of them. So I took one heck of a long nap. And I actually, that's why I was late, is I woke up 5 minutes, 11 o'clock, and it's like, I had to throw my green screen up, turn on all the lights, start the computer, run to the bathroom, go downstairs, get something to drink, and just. But the bratwurst was good.
Right, that's all that matters.
Homemade sauerkraut.
Oh,
Wish I could just find.
You devil, you.
I can't find any German style bratwurst. It's all the American style, with just the short, fat little bratwurst. The ones you get in Germany are almost a foot long and about an inch round almost. Oh, wait, metric, 2 centimeters round. And
that's half an inch.
2 centimeters?
Yeah.
2
Isn't
centimeters is almost an inch, but damn.
I'm using the wrong conversion factor. Sorry, I've got to go back to quit listening to the French guys brag about anatomy.
Hey, I made something last night that was different and unusual and quite tasty. I made a coney burrito. I took a tortilla, put cheese on it, then put my chili, then some mustard, and then put a hot dog weenie in it. Rolled it like a burrito in a minute in the microwave.
No wonder you traded the chairs. The other one's got a hole in it now.
I actually made
remember that seam he was talking about? It's a big hole now. Load the seam out.
I actually made some deer chili tonight or this afternoon. So.
Oh, that sounds great! It really does.
Lewis made chili. You
bought chili ingredients.
I bought chili fixins, and Josh made chili. It must be a chili weekend. Let me tell you.
Yep.
I don't know. I was about to get stuff to make chili this weekend, and then I go, no, Lindsay's got stuff she wants to cook. She doesn't want me to interrupt her planned schedule.
Thursday, I made white chicken chili with cheddar cornbread crust. It's like a casserole type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But that was pretty good too. It's the first time I've ever done that recipe. Found it on the side of a bag of cornmeal mix.
Oh wow!
Just one of those little southern recipe things that about the size of a big postage stamp.
Yeah. Was it white lily cornmeal or was it white lily cornmeal or?
Yes, it was.
That's something I grew up with from way back. I mean, dinosaurs were still walking around going, "You need to try this."
And
I almost went to Chili's tonight. Does that count?
Not really. And, I mean, they're good food, but their chili just,
Well, it's pub.
Restaurants named Chili's. You'd think they'd have
American pub food, not to be confused with British pub food.
I used to go to Chili's and get 2 things. They had margarita grilled chicken with wild rice and really good. And then what was the other? Their hamburgers.
Yeah, I was about to say I'd get a hamburger or their chicken. I don't remember exactly what chicken they had. We don't even have one here now. The one that was here went out of business. So.
Well,
there's not that many places like that I have made it a habit to go through. It was they didn't start showing up until after I became a homebody. So it was the party lifestyle was in my past by the time that kind of thing showed up. So,
and Ace had chili tonight. Must be something about craving for chili.
There's something in the air.
Of course, there is now.
Yeah. I was thinking more like rain, but methane will do. I mean, you're doing your part to promote global warming. Let me tell you.
The alternate energy source.
I'll be on the couch tonight.
There's a study.
It could be worse. Could have had some deviled eggs too.
Yeah.
You know how they talk about how cow flatulence is bad for methane?
Yeah.
Let's get everybody on the planet to make chili. We'll have like National Chili Day. Everybody makes chili.
Oh, I bet there's already a National Chili Day.
There is a National Chili Day. We need an International Chili Day.
Yeah, in India they'd have to leave out the meat, but that sort of thing is okay.
Well, when you said leave out the meat, that reminded me of the thing I posted up in the Stupid Clock links in thing from Thursday. Vegan haggis.
Okay. Let's see. National Chili Day for 2021 was February 25th. Next year, 2022, it will be February 24th. Apparently, it counts down every year. 25th, 24th, 23rd. Yep. It's just.
It better not ever reach Valentine's Day, or there are going to be a lot of dudes that do not earn their reward for Valentine's Day.
I just saw the look on Dan's face when I said that. Vegan haggis.
Hey, if
Is that possible?
yeah, all you got to do is figure out what to use for the casing.
Yeah.
To make it vegan rather than an animal byproduct. So,
well, considering that the main thing about haggis is it all comes from a sheep, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
if it's vegan, what do they do? Is it like an inside-out haggis? They like fill it full of wool or something?
No, it would be barley and
chickpeas,
whatnot. Yeah, chickpeas and
garbanzo beans. Call them what they are.
Yeah, and it would be in a tofu casing, so kind of like a little balloon stuffed with nothing but grain, and definitely.
My uncle died. I told you all about that a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we went over, cleaned out his apartment. While we were cleaning out the kitchen, he must have had 3 cases of garbanzo beans.
Either he liked them or they were really cheap.
I think they got them from the food bank.
Oh, okay.
And so and they don't expire until sometime next year, 2022, June, I think, 2022.
Do everyone a favor and don't give them back to the food bank, because they'll be sitting there forever. Give the food bank actual food.
I'm trying to figure out something to do with garbanzo beans. Or chickpeas, as some people like to call it. But I think
a landfill is a really, really good idea.
Well, there's nothing wrong. I mean, it's just a bean, but
I would say target practice, but
John, send me a message about that tomorrow. I may have actual use for them.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He needs something to go in the ditch out back where he had to dig up the porch and redo the plumbing.
But apparently, I was reading recipes on. Apparently, they're real big in Indian food. If you've ever heard of hummus.
No.
Oh yeah.
That's mostly chickpea garbanzo beans.
Yeah, it's a paste made from them.
And it's a dip.
If it actually has a flavor, it's not bad.
Put you a little curry in it.
Yeah.
But the odd thing was they've got this. What is it? It's a sesame paste. It's made out of sesame seeds. It's a paste. I can't remember that. Tahiti or something like that. See if I can find it here.
It'd be one of those words that I can't pronounce, but I know
exactly.
I know it when I see it. Tahini?
Tahini. That's, I think, what it is.
Oh, God, did I actually say that right? Well, somebody will correct me if I'm wrong.
Somebody will correct you if you're right, or what are you talking about? You never see the comments from this page.
Tahini sauce, you can actually buy it in the store, but everybody says the store-bought stuff sucks. It's better to make it fresh. And it's just ground sesame seeds with olive oil, basically.
So it's basically peanut butter made from sesame seeds instead of peanuts.
Almost, yeah. Let's see. Was it? Well, heck, they tell you how to make. Oh, I picked the wrong one. Anyway, it's that simple. And
somebody else better answer Jake's last question before I do, because I'm not in the mood to be serious. So I shall return momentarily. You can't go drinking beer all day and keep it to yourself. Let me
What you're
tell you.
always preferably cooked.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a break too.
I'll be right back on that note.
He asked which type of your fish is the favorite cooked.
You know, I'll go with that one too, but I'm going to say I'll eat sushi. So,
No, I tried sushi. No, I'm sorry, I'm not eating my bait.
hey, some of that stuff is darn tasty.
Yeah.
So what's another good one? Of course, catfish. You know, in the South, you got to have fat catfish. But
Oh yeah.
ever
That's
since the price, ever since the prices went up, it's ridiculous.
what catfish has gone up to.
Yeah.
I'm wanting to go check out the catfish house. I've never been there.
Which one?
The one on 41, like going between
Hell up toward Helltown.
yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's right on the road there off of 41. And yes, I know which one you're talking about. There used to be one over by Suck Creek.
Yeah, it's something else now.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't remember if they'd come. It's one of those restaurants that they changed the name like every 10 years.
Yeah.
And it eventually rolls back around to what they originally named it.
Yeah. And Ace Bonnie is saying smoked salmon. No, you don't. I grew up cradle Catholic. I do not eat salmon anymore. Done.
Oh, I got a Traeger smoker grill. They got a cedar plank salmon with lemon butter or lemon dill butter. It just.
Yeah, no. I mean, for nearly 18 years, I had salmon for dinner
Every Friday.
every Friday. Yeah, no, I'm done.
You didn't have mackerel?
We grew up poor.
But mackerels, hey, canned salmon's $4 a can. Canned mackerel's $2 a can. Okay,
I think this was before mackerel became popular.
that's where they get the term holy mackerel
Uh,
for Catholic Fridays.
uh.
Of course, we live in Tennessee. Pretty much all seafood, if it ain't catfish, was, you know. Of course, I gotta admit, I used to love eating crappie. As a kid, we go out fishing, come back a big load of crappie, fry that stuff.
Well, I mean, I hated fish until I discovered malt vinegar. Now that I've discovered malt vinegar, yeah, I like fish. You can put enough of that stuff on it, you don't have to taste the fish anymore.
You remember when Long John Silver's was actually good?
Yeah.
Then, like a lot of these restaurants, they tried to get healthy and ruin the taste of everything that they'd created. So.
As a serious answer, I forget exactly which kind of fish it is, but it's traditional in England for fish and chips. And Lindsay will get some fresh from the butcher shop and bread it herself and just do up some fantastic stuff. And that's for special occasions. When she normally does fish and chips, we will go ahead and get the frozen, like Gordon's or something like that.
Yeah.
And but when she wants to do it up right, she will go back to her English roots and I forget whether it's flounder or
It doesn't. Wikipedia doesn't say which. It just says fried fish.
Yeah. I believe it's whatever's in season at the time. No, and now I have gone to a chip shop in England and got fish and chips, and I'm going, there ain't no coming back from this. Can I buy a house? So I'm serious. I mean, that and the roast beef. If you ever are over there and you do not go to a carvery, is what they call something like one of the places we used to have around here was cafeteria style. You go through a line and you say, I want some of this, and I want some of this, and I want some of this, and the servers go ahead and put it on your plate or several plates on your tray, and you go off to your table, which pretty much groans as you set the tray on it. My God, people make fun of British cooking like they're supposed to boil all the flavor out of everything. No, that ain't right. If you go to the right places, it ain't nothing but flavor.
Choice of fish in Britain and Ireland, cod and haddock appear to be the most common. And they say basically any white fish.
Yeah.
Pollock, hake, holy, plaice, skate, ray.
Yeah, Ray.
Hey, Dan.
Rock
Yes.
salmon.
Jake says, do you like skinning fish and grilling them? I grill bass a lot just for the halibut.
A pox upon your house, young man. No, that was a pun worthy of kicking a table, but I'm barefoot and I might break something.
Oh.
It's hot down here, I swear. We don't have any air conditioning in this house right now.
And Jake, I'm going to tell you, this isn't a punny show. We sort of take stuff seriously.
Oh. Okay, I'm going to let that one slide.
What? What, the punny or the serious?
6 of one, half a dozen of the other still equals, grandma's best desserts, but, Oh. Let's just move on to the next pseudo topic here. And no, Jake, I've never liked skinning fish. I really haven't. I enjoy fishing. I enjoy eating fish, but cleaning fish is not something that I have ever liked. I know how to do it, and I've got enough knives to where I'm really good at it. But no, it's not something that I would say I enjoy. It's more of you got the food, you gathered the food. Now you have to prepare it for cooking. And one of the worst experiences in my life was realizing what it took to make rabbit and dumplings when the rabbit was breathing yesterday. Let's go no further there because I don't even want to. I have the skills. I have not the desire.
Jake
That's why I don't deer hunt.
Jake said the biggest bass he's ever caught was 3 foot long. No joke, it was big. Okay.
Yeah, that was a big bass.
That was a big bass. What nuclear plant were you fishing next to?
Oh, that was one of the ones at Oak Ridge with the 3-headed goose and the 5-headed snakes and the
6-legged deer.
If I say that might have been out of.
You don't have to worry about them suckers running out in front of your car because they're across the road before you can see them.
That might have been out of Gunnersville there.
Oak Ridge is a wonderful place to hunt as long as you're using a camera because you don't have to use a flash because everything glows in the dark. And who keeps pinging my phone?
It ain't me this time.
It's probably Sullivan. Excuse me.
All right.
Where is Oak Ridge? Where is that at? Is that
Oak
Georgia?
Ridge is next to Knoxville.
Okay. TVA?
North and west of Knoxville.
Yeah.
TVA?
Well, actually, it's where they developed the nuclear bomb before they tested it out in Arizona or Mexico or wherever.
Well, where they made the plutonium, basically.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Oak Ridge started out as a little small, sleepy town.
Middle of nowhere, which is why they built the plutonium processors there.
And then all of a sudden, the Army came in and said, okay, we're taking this property. You need ID to cross this point.
Kind of like Redstone Arsenal and
Yeah.
And the main reason they put it there is because of TVA. We had electricity.
Yeah.
Abundant electricity.
Gotcha.
Oh, John, did you know when they dedicated when they broke ground on Chickamauga Dam here in town? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, he came down personally, and in the groundbreaking of this river of Chickamauga, they said he looked up river, he looked down river, and he said, "Pete, guys, see this river? Damn it!" And that is on record.
And then he came back when they finished it.
And came back when they finished it.
And drove. And it's kind of funny. There's if I'm a fan of Picnuga on Facebook, and they show the old historical pictures of what Chattanooga used to look like. And they did a whole week one time about Franklin Delano Roosevelt's visits during that time. They had the routes that he took. Because he also, that same time he was dedicating the dam, or I'm not sure if it was when they started the dam or finished it, but they also they dedicated Chickamauga National Battlefield.
Yep.
As a battlefield. He drove down there. So he literally drove right down Rossville Boulevard, basically.
Yeah.
Because back then you didn't have all those highways going through the battlefield.
Yeah.
You know. So, and they showed the route. It was like, if you can imagine, just every back street going down, like, he drove by bees, and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, you know how it took them, 5 years to build Chickamauga Dam?
Something like that.
I mean, less than 5 years, they built this dam across the Tennessee River. They're building a new lock they had to replace the lock, so they're building a new lock. They're in the 12th year of building this lock.
Well, that's because of the government.
I started to say that's a government project right there.
Losing funding and getting funding.
Well, I was going to say it took them 4 years to pave 3 miles of interstate here in Tuscaloosa.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
They got that dam built in 4 years and 2 days.
Okay. Like I said, less than 5 years.
Of course, it didn't have a bridge over it back then.
No.
Yeah. It's just supposed to stop the water, not make it easy for traffic to get from one side to the other.
All right, Sean, thank you for stopping in. We're here every Thursday night at 9 and Saturday nights at 11.
Sullivan, you are absolutely right. Yes, he was the one pinging my phone.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry I'm drinking a beer in front of you while you're having to work, but you'll be at home soon. You'll be at home soon and be able to break into that wine supply that you've been making. This guy does, he does some definitely excellent wine that he makes himself, and it's I could not say enough. I could not sing the praises high enough. He's just absolutely wonderful. Now, let's go on with the show.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys something. Do y'all know the best thing that's ever come out of Alabama?
I-59.
Stephanie Osborne.
59 north, 65 north, and 20 east and west.
Everything leaving Alabama?
No, I'm standing by my answer. Stephanie and Doc Osborne.
Yeah.
And Fritz and Stacy.
Did you know the toothbrush was invented in Alabama?
Yeah.
If it had been invented anywhere else, it would have been a toothbrush.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, we're notching Josh up on the list of things that are good to have come out of Alabama.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Boomer and Susan, yes. Chris Walker, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, Boomer and Susan.
we know a lot of really, really good people who live in Alabama, and believe me, we value them highly because they're just good folks.
We try to talk them into moving out, but they just won't leave.
Hey, it's pretty country. It really is.
Proud of the country.
Oh,
very sparsely populated. I'll put it that way.
Now, what was it? Jake Lindsay was saying something about the wildlife in his neck of the woods, and I'm going, well, yeah, that sounds like my backyard to me. I mean, what was it? Black bear and coyotes and what else? Yeah, bobcats, eagles. Eagles ain't dangerous.
Where did my video go?
Your video ate the radio stars? Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay. All right, I found it. No, I couldn't find one of my video clips, and I was getting a little mad.
Well, you've only got like 700.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, it was this one right here. Josh, I got a Facebook ban for 30 days. And when I came back, the first thing I played was this video clip.
I'm sorry, sweetie. Honey Badger doesn't give a shit.
And sliced bread is the best thing since Betty White was born.
Yep.
Because she predates it by a bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
She's still gorgeous, but boy, our comment section needs its own web page here. Seriously. There's some serious stuff going. Well, I wouldn't call it serious. There's some casually funny stuff going on in there that maybe people didn't mean to be funny, but there's all kind of stuff, for want of a better word.
Oh.
How's your back doing now? I know you've wrenched it the other day, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, it's easing up. I just got to. I can't sit in one position too long. Never could.
Have you had your B12 tonight?
No, B12. It has become a migraine trigger.
Have you tried do you take vitamin D?
No.
Start trying to take vitamin D. It really does help.
Yeah, now one of the reasons the B12 didn't help me is I'm not drinking anything for it to attack.
Well, you know how to stop that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Josh, I used to be, at one time, I was known as a convention god. Have you ever been to conventions before?
It's been probably 10 years.
So it's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Well, you know how everybody, partakes a little heavily on Saturday night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they make me look like an amateur.
Well, Sunday morning, I come bouncing down smiling and laughing and asking everybody how they're doing. And they know I was tore up from floor up the night before.
Here.
Yeah.
Been there. Witnessed that.
And I just come, like the happy squirrel. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? It's like, what the fuck? What?
You're a morning person. I hate you. No, that ain't the trick.
No. Do you have a bottle close by?
Yeah, I'd have to fish in the trash can
Oh, okay.
because I finished it off. But it is the little bitty 5-hour energy drinks that say B12 in big letters on the side.
It's from Stacker. It's 10,000 units of B12. I drink one of those before I go out. I drink one of those and 2 bottles of water. I go out and drink. When I get ready for bed, I knock one more down and 2 more bottles of water.
You can get them at Dollar General store, Family Dollar, Ingles grocery store for 99 cents.
Yep.
Well, $1
Dollar
at Dollar
General
General.
is your friend because they have all 4 flavors I've been able to find with the B12 boldly emblazoned on the side next to the other worthless 5-hour energy drinks.
Hey, you sometimes can get them for a penny if you have their app.
Mm.
All right,
Well-
this just in the news.
Oh,
Apparently, the United States of America wasn't scared enough of COVID-19, so the CDC has now confirmed the U.S. case of monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Monkeypox
that is a new one on me.
traveled to Texas from Nigeria.
Oh, that means they crossed the border, probably.
Nope, airlines.
Airline?
There's not a border between Texas and Nigeria directly. So
And ironically, the flight stopped in Atlanta, home of the CDC.
is Brian K. Morris going to HallowCon?
Yes.
I do believe so. Yes, and Michaela Jade and Ted and Christine and
Carl and
Carl and Donna.
yep.
Yeah, and we're going to have a rather.
We're going to have a shindig.
This is going to be a wonderful time.
I plan on coming myself.
If I can stay able to be upright and walking the entire time.
Well,
Which kind of defies my convention tradition. But,
I was about to say, one night you ain't gonna be able to do that. So.
One night. I'm aiming for 4. Thank you.
John, what is the how bad is that monkeypox?
It doesn't say.
Oh.
Apparently, they're going to keep it ambiguous to scare people with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That'll
work.
Yeah, they'll hold it back till the midterms.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. And it'll take 6 months to come up with a vaccine, which is basically saline.
Monkeypox is a rare but potentially serious viral illness that typically begins with flu-like illness and swelling of the lymph nodes and progresses to widespread rash on the face and body.
And after you get the vaccine, which is distilled from mongoose blood, you will turn green and be able to shapeshift into different animals. Oh wait, that's DC Comics. That's Excuse me, I'm crossing the streams.
Why did they have a vaccine so fast for COVID-19? Because it was sitting in a Chinese lab for 5 years. And
we was paying for it. China already patented a vaccine before it
broke loose.
Yes.
Before they patented the disease. Yeah.
Yeah.
These things, they happen.
Welcome
to modern time.
It was a population control.
Yep. Look at who was involved with all the vaccine money.
All right, we're going to change the subject.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's please do before I point out who the population was that's being controlled.
Don't need a Facebook ban.
Mm-hmm.
What happened? It got quiet. Something happened.
I like how they keep going back to, it didn't escape from a Chinese lab. Pretty much did. Yeah. You know, you look at where all the thing broke out, and right in the middle of it is a damn vaccine lab. That's one hell of a coincidence.
Yeah, and then moon rocks are really chocolate and marshmallows. So,
hey, I watched a nice documentary on the first Gulf War today. To change the subject.
Okay.
Yeah, Chris has changed the subject. Actually, me and Dan talked about it last night after whatever. The they have NASA's got some egg on their face because
No.
some guy.
Did it come in a little squirt tube?
Yeah. Eagle is still orbiting the moon.
Indeed. I watched another in-depth video about that today. I don't know how factual it is, but it certainly agreed with the premise that you pointed out.
The science behind it is pretty good. It's just that I don't know. You think somebody would have noticed this after all these years? I mean,
no, wait a minute. You're looking for something smaller than a Volkswagen, 250,000 miles away, moving at several thousand miles an hour.
Yeah.
But you got all these astronomers that can look up and see an asteroid exactly. I mean, millions of miles away or whatever, thousands of miles away.
But they kind of stand still for a minute.
And the orbit was predictable. If it's a moving object in space, it's easier to spot, especially something as faceted as the lunar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be radar detectable as many angles that there are on that thing.
That's what they're actually going to start looking at. But what happened is a guy was going through the photos of Mission Control, and he got to looking, and one of the telemetry numbers
didn't match
the report. A number was transposed on the report.
So apparently they thought it had crashed somewhere on the moon that they couldn't see, dark side of the moon or something like that, years ago. So they went back and and NASA, strange enough, actually has a program that's online. It's public source. You can go in and you can do this yourself.
I looked at that today. Yeah.
So the guy goes in, he types all this stuff in, he tries to get it as accurate as possible, and they figured out that because the command module, service module was in this sweet spot orbit, when the lunar ascent module came up and docked with it, transferred everything off, and then they got rid of the lunar ascent module while they were in this sweet spot orbit, that even in worst case scenario, it probably didn't hit the moon. It probably stayed in that sweet spot orbit. And the only thing that may have thrown it off is solar activity. That's the only thing that may have actually messed up the orbit slightly and caused it to crash. So there's a very real possibility.
It's still up there.
It's still up there orbiting the moon.
Yeah, it's not like the ascent modules from later missions where they purposely shot it down to crash because of the seismic sensors that they had left behind. But this one they didn't really think about that. They just kind of bye and
just dump the trash. Threw the trash out the window.
Because of that sweet spot orbit, it may never have hit the ground yet. It may still be circling
and one thing about the moon doesn't really have an atmosphere. Okay, it has. It's almost vacuum, but it has just a very slight atmosphere. When I say very slight, less than a foot high for the entire satellite.
Yep, it's only a few parts per million in a cubic centimeter.
There's nothing to drag. There's no atmosphere to drag anything. They say sometimes these spacecraft can literally orbit within a couple 100 feet of the surface, and just go right. And because the orbit is constantly flexing like this, like a bullet spiraling in a flight path. Sometimes it'll dip down close to the surface of the moon, and then sometimes it'll dip back up away, and then sometimes it'll dip back down. It may literally be coming 100 feet from the surface of the moon and going right back up into the orbit again.
Yep.
You'd be sitting there working on the moon, picking up your rock samples or whatever, planting a flag, whatever. Look up and
yeah, shadow goes over your head and go, skeeters are big this year.
What the hell was that?
I went to Alabama State Bird.
Now, here's another thing that's now been proposed. Elon has been contracted to help build the Lunar Gateway with the cargo starships. while they're up there, catch it, bring it back.
That'd be one hell of a museum piece, let me tell you.
Oh, it'd be priceless.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Of course, it will probably be before it ever a human gets around it. They're going to hit it with all sorts of
decontamination procedures. Yeah.
Chinese will probably shoot it down before it gets back.
I don't think they got anything that reach that far. Not with a destructive capability. And certainly the Russians can't, because they can't even put something on the surface without slamming it at 150,000 miles in a second. Jeez.
Well, that's just got to be the worst feeling on the planet, to do all that work to build like a lunar rover or touchdown satellite, something like that. Billions of dollars go into this thing. Launch it, travels for months, and right when it gets there, you're just sitting there in mission control, like, it's going.
It's gone.
I mean, you have no control over it, pretty much.
Well,
and the bad part is with the ones that hit Mars and break, it happened 8 minutes ago.
Oh yeah.
It's already history on Mars. You're just waiting 8 minutes.
The most famous one that failed to land successfully was because somebody forgot to convert pounds to kilograms.
Centimeters to inches.
Then centimeters to inches. Yeah. From common sense to French. No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. No.
Hey, I took 2 years of French, so I guess I ain't got common sense.
Yeah. I took 2 years of French too, and I still can only order green beans at a restaurant.
Hey, the only reason I took it, I thought I was going to get to go to France, but that didn't happen either.
The only reason I took it was because I didn't see any utility in being able to speak Spanish in the United States. Look how stupid I am.
Well, I was about to say, I wish I'd have took Spanish now.
Really, I wish I'd taken both and stuck with it, and a little bit of German too. But it wouldn't have been that hard at the age I was. They offered French and Spanish at my junior high school in Athens, and then I got out to outside of Athens, and suddenly foreign languages were not an option. It was more like, can you change the oil filter on a tractor? This is what you're gonna need to know the rest of your life, boy. And yeah.
See, we had Latin, French, and Spanish. So
Latin. Okay. I'm going to say that it would be useful in specific situations, but now Spanish is really one of those things that I wish I knew, and French would be useful in a few applications, but not as many as Spanish.
Yeah.
But who knew the world was going to work out this way when we were teenagers? Time does not pay attention to our preconceptions. It just does what it does.
Yeah, Chris asked Athens, Georgia or Tennessee?
Athens,
probably Georgia.
Athens, Georgia. My family moved from up north of Knoxville, Tennessee to Athens, Georgia when my dad decided to stop working at Oak Ridge and was looking for another challenge to his skills as a machinist. And he got hired on by the University of Georgia Machine Shop to make toys for the high energy physics lab at University of Georgia, and had a great time. We briefly moved back to Tennessee, and Dad got a job at the Y-12 gas diffusion plant, refining uranium for nuclear bombs. And he goes, "This shit is boring. I'm going back to Georgia." Working at Y-12 was not challenging enough for my dad's skills, so he says, "I quit." And we went back and bought a farm. Farming was definitely a challenge to everybody's skills, let me tell you. You try figuring out rainfall versus crop prices versus, what did I say now?
No, not you.
Oh yeah, got to know the acidity of the soil and rotate.
How much lime to put on it, when to rotate crops, when you need wheat, when you need soybeans, when you need corn.
Yep.
And at one time we owned 68 acres just outside of Athens, Georgia. At one time we were farming 400 acres, the rest of which we were renting from what we actually owned. And there were fields that I plowed up that had not been plowed since the Great Depression.
Oh wow!
Let me tell you, the bumblebees were really thick on the ground in those particular spots. I learned how to speed shift a non-synchronized Ford tractor transmission to get away from a cloud of bumblebees that I had just disturbed. And it takes a while to outrun those buggers because you got to have at least 10 acres before they lose interest in following you.
Now, I'm just going to say we've had some breaking news that we don't cover. I put put it over in the private chat. But yeah, get ready for some big national news in the morning.
Oh, drat!
Yeah, it will be national news.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let that percolate.
Yeah.
Hey Joe.
Yeah.
It was 4 people and it was outside.
Outside, okay.
Yeah, but everybody inside panicked.
Of course. Those bumblebees.
Couldn't have been very good if they heard it. It couldn't have been a very good ball game if they heard it over the ball game.
Yeah.
Jake, believe me, I know every type of bee that exists in North America, and I have been stung by each of them. Bumblebees are easy to recognize. They're big, they're fat, they're a little bit slower, and they don't hold grudges like hornets do. Hornets will hunt you down 15 years later and sting you because something you did in 1972.
That's one of the worst bees I ever got stung by was a hornet.
Now, another thing about hornets is they're actually more interested in flies than they are in you. We were shucking corn and getting ready for Mom to can a bunch of corn, cutting it off the corn cob and whatnot, and we'd cut each end off and throw it over to be swept up later when we got through with like 70 bushels of corn. And the hornets would be flying around and flies would be flying around, and the hornet would swoop down on a fly, catch it in midair, rotate upside down, and do a loop and take it off and eat the damn thing.
Take it back to the nest.
Oh, yeah. And the only thing more entertaining than that was watching the cat and the dog argue about who was going to eat the end of the corn cob, because they would both just, because of the sugar in a corn, they would just gnaw on it. And if you reach down and try to take it away from a cat, you might draw back a nub. If you reach down and tried to take it away from a dog, you'd have to go hunt that thing because it was going to be 3 counties away, still munching on the corn cob.
Now, we had a cat one time. Whenever we had corn on the cob, made dinner corn on the cob, we had to get her own corn on the cob, or otherwise she would come up in your lap, because we never had a kitchen table here. We actually ate in the living room. she would come up and do one of these flybys across the top of your plate. And as she crossed the plate, she would grab the ear of corn and tuck it up under and run with it. Not run with it in her mouth, football carry the corn of the cob.
Yeah, really, three-legged escape there.
Yeah, and then lay in the floor with it and would eat it like this, and then take her claws and roll it, and then eat the other one. And she would literally eat it like we would, roll it.
Well, back to the bees for one moment.
Oh, okay.
Cutting grass wasn't nothing like going over a yellow jacket's nest in the ground.
Tell me, yeah.
You think you got away from them for a minute, and then you'd be 20 feet away. There'd be another hole where they was coming out.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Yellow jackets. They have tunnels between the front door and the back door.
Yeah.
You disturb the front door, they're going to come out the back door holding spears and tridents and flamethrowers and anything they can get their hands on. They will find you, and they will hurt you badly.
Now, I have poured gas down a yellow jacket nest and lit it, and 20 feet away, get a rocket plume out of the ground.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have done that myself.
And then Jake Lindsay goes, imagine getting stung by a bullet ant. No. We got these little things that run around down here called cow killers. They are this beautiful red and black velvet looking ant that has the sting of a 30-06.
It could be worse than that.
Yep, they hurt almost as much as a fire ant. Almost, real close. I mean, you'd much rather be shot in the foot with the 30-06 than step on a fire ant nest. Let me tell you. And those cow killer ants are they're roughly the size of your thumb.
Yeah.
They are actually a type of wingless wasp.
Yeah.
And I'm going, wingless, good. The shotgun will work.
And Jake Lindsay says the bullet ants sting for last. Now, by the way, by any chance, are they red and black and sort of velvety looking?
No, I think them bullet ants, I think that's a South American ant. I don't think they're North American. Right? I don't think they're in North America yet.
Yeah,
they're they're about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long, solid black.
Okay,
and
that's much bigger than fire ants.
Yeah, they will swell your hand up like the size of your face.
And Sean Sullivan is back with us, sipping wine.
Hey. Red wasps? Oh, yeah. No. As long as you don't bother them, they'll let you go ahead and throw gasoline on their nest and set it on fire, and please don't burn your house down. But red wasps will not chase you.
No, them old black wasps will, though. I tell you, them guinea wasps.
Yeah, and dirt daubers will not chase you, and they will not even actively try and sting you.
I was they don't even sting. I had never been stung by
a dirt dauber. No, I don't know. In 63 years, I've never known anybody that got stung by a dirt dauber. Squid bees, them suckers will chase your ass down, and they're teeny tiny little things. That they don't even look like they're big enough to have a sting, but they go zap, and you suddenly find out that formic acid is a thing.
Feels like fire. Like ow.
About
Well,
like
that's the same thing in fire ant bites. Is the formic acid.
about like a horse fly.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that would do that, except they're about the size of a silver dollar, and they got teeth like something from the John Carpenter The Thing movie. I mean, seriously.
Oh, that reminds me of something I used to do to. You've heard us talk about SideCon. Up by the lodge, Chris knows exactly where I'm going with this. I would get one of the tall crabgrass, that's like yay foot, like yay long, has like a little caterpillar thing looking on the end of it. And somebody would be sitting there talking, and I'd take one and I'd reach down underneath the table or whatever and rub their leg with it. And they would just sort of reach down and slap. And I would do this for like 30 minutes before they realized, shit, it's Joe Dog.
Yeah, I thought it was merely a tick, but it turns out to be Joe Dog.
Yeah. Chris, come on. I'm not that bad. Of course, I did cut a fart at outside con that went upwind.
And now you have a reputation, another reputation.
Yeah.
And
this poor guy got blamed for it.
Now, I was bush hogging the field. No, yes, it was before we got to mow it. It was one of those places we rented that hadn't been plowed since the Depression. And it was like 10 to 12 feet tall sawbriars. So I'm hanging off the left hand side of the tractor, or the right hand side of the tractor, making left hand turns around the field, so I don't get ripped to shreds by these briars. And unbeknownst to me, there was a saddleback caterpillar in there. Next thing I know, my arm was on fire, and I slapped down, looked down at the floorboard of the tractor on the clutch side, and there's this very flat saddleback caterpillar. My arm swelled up bigger than my leg, and I thought I was going to die. And Dad came by to check on me about an hour later, and I'm sitting in the shade holding my arm and moaning in pain. And he goes, "Here's some water. Walk it off." It worked.
Jake Lindsay just paid you a compliment.
Oh, really?
Sounds like you Sam Elliott.
Oh, well, my accent comes and goes, believe me. And sometimes I'll sound really Southern, and sometimes I won't. It just depends on who I'm talking to at the time, and
if Lindsay's around.
Yeah, if Lindsay's around, I wind up being as precisely college-educated English as I possibly can. But then again, if there's somebody like Josh around, I'm going, I'm going to communicate with my peer. Thank you. No. There was a joke that Lindsay used to tell. I used to ride to work with a fellow that would show up. I had to switch with him, so he was driving mornings instead of evenings, because he'd already had a 12-pack before he come pick me up to take me to night shift. So I'm going, this ain't quite as safe as I would like. So you drive in the morning and I'll drive at night. So we'll both get to work alive. But he had one of those Jack Daniels voices. It was all just one long vowel movement. And I could, and I understood everything he was saying, and my wife's going, "How do you do that?" And I go, I don't know. You know?
Yeah, Chris Walker's brought up an incident at Mid-South Con a few years ago, and it was verified by somebody. Dan's heard the story, John's heard the story, Josh hasn't heard the story.
Well, let's hear it again.
Yeah. Mid-South is at the hotel in Memphis, the Marriott Hotel that's round and real tall. And let's just say I needed to go to my room because I didn't want to leave it on the public side. So as I'm going up the elevator, I'm ripping farts all the way up the elevator. I mean, these things were toxic. As I get to my floor, I've already got my nose at the crack of the door so I can come out. I pile out the door as these kids, I say kids, maybe 20s, but they were sort of the anime crew. I pile out around the corner. They pile in and the door closed, and all of a sudden I hear this girl, "Oh my God! Oh God!" as the elevator starts descending. Well, I posted about this on Facebook. One of the authors that was there is on my friends list. He goes, "Oh my God, that was you. I heard them as they went by."
Joe Dog is an urban legend.
I was about to say, Joe Dog, you should have mashed every button on that elevator.
Yeah. No, that would let the doors open on every floor.
Yeah, they could have got off.
You need an express for 80 floors.
Ace Bunny goes, "Farting on the elevator is probably the worst thing you can do. It's just wrong on so many levels." I know, that's why I do it.
On so many levels, exactly. There was that old Star Trek joke, Klingons fart in airlocks.
Yeah. And
Gary Shelton confirmed it too.
Yeah, it was Gary Shelton.
I said, you are an urban legend.
Yes.
You are one of those cryptids that does not live in the woods.
Yeah. And I have been told I can no longer have Taco Bell bean burritos with onions 3 days before convention.
Oh, heck, that's one of my favorites from Taco Bell right there.
Yeah, the Taco Bell bean burrito with extra onions, extra cheese, extra red sauce, add sour cream.
I could do without sour cream.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's a chemistry set waiting to explode right there.
Yeah, I'd say minus sour cream, but yeah.
Because one of the things I like about the bean burrito is just so simple. You know, all that foo-foo salad and crusty, bread bowls and stuff they're trying to do at Taco Bell to make everybody eat happier. And
with Jake's question here, that's a very, very hard choice. It really is. And most of the difficulty in choosing is because I'm not really cowboy. I do like Westerns, mostly the really old ones, and not so much the modern ones, but I do appreciate the ones that are really good that are modern. I could not choose. I really could not choose. But if you see me walking around a convention twirling a little pewter cup on my finger, you might think I made a choice.
Another one of my favorite simple foods to eat. Just the plain McDonald's hamburger. Not the Big Mac, not the French, none of the big lofty, but my mom always thought I was cheap whenever we went on a road trip with the kids or anything like that, because I would get 2 of these. Fries and a Coke, and just,
You don't like cheese?
Not really. Cheeseburger. Well, cheeseburgers are okay, but if I'm going to get a cheeseburger, it's going to be a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, I was about to say it's got to be a bacon cheeseburger.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just
you do realize when I was a child, these were like 15 cents.
exactly. You know, I could buy a whole bag of these. I used to get $1 allowance, and I could buy a whole bag of these things.
If
and an
it
ice
was
cream.
if it was
25
still
cent
the
ice cream
same
cone.
price, you could buy them like sliders at
Crystal.
Crystal or White Castle. Believe me, and they would be much better because they're about 3 times the size.
I bought those hamburgers religiously right up to the time Chattanooga got Central Park.
Yep.
And Central Park had fresh onions. So that was.
Now, you know what company formed Central Park, don't you?
Crystal.
They were a tax dodge.
Okay.
And
it wound up working up backwards.
The comments are repeating themselves. Are people
I just saw that.
double posting or what?
I don't know what just happened.
Are we catching up or?
I think we had a duplicate comment dump.
But then they went away.
Okay.
I thought that was Ace. I thought that was Lily Wallace said. I thought that was Ace Bonnie that said that. Okay.
And now things
are
vanishing. Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. There's the Ace one, and then go down here, and where's the? There's the Lily one.
Lily Wallace. Okay. And then the Ace said something about the and Lily's going cheers. Okay.
I think we had a duplicate comment dump there.
It's from a different page.
Yeah. That's all it can be.
Yeah.
Unless people are on 2 pages at once and repeating themselves.
Yeah, and Chris Walker says maybe they just think alike.
Dan, did you ever say what your favorite Western was there?
My favorite Western of all time is John Wayne, The War Wagon.
Very nice.
Now, I did not hesitate in that at all. I was a very young child when I saw that. I was very impressed with the movie. I have seen lots and lots and lots of Westerns. I grew up with Roy Rogers and Gene Autry and Cisco Kid and a lot of other things. I've seen just about everything that came down the pike. My dad called my mom Dirty Sally after watching Gunsmoke for several decades. Westerns are they're not my biggest fandom, but I really like them. And you show me something like Magnificent Seven, or even a parody of Magnificent Seven, and I'm just gonna sit there and just love it. But my favorite things are science fiction and a little admix of fantasy. I do love all the really good stuff that's come out in the last 50 years. I think the black and white version of The Thing from Another World is probably the best movie that's ever been made. I do absolutely love Forbidden Planet, and I'm really fond of Star Trek and Star Wars equally. Logan's Run was a decent movie, and I enjoyed the 3 books in the series as well. I was not able to appreciate something like Clockwork Orange because I was a little bit too young, didn't have the experience to cope with it when I first saw it. there are lots of animated things and comedy versions of things that I enjoyed, but they didn't become something that I'd be an instant fan of. I've been watching Doctor Who since 1976, and I've been reading the books since about the same year, and that's why I'm able to connect with Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, because I've had a lot of experience with watching the shows, reading the novelizations of the shows, and all the making of stuff that has gone on. I must admit that I am an extreme fan of Blake Seven. So much so that my email address starts off Villa. So if you know Blake Seven, you understand that reference. If you don't, it won't mean a damn thing to you. That's all right. We're all bozos on this bus. Yes, I do like comedy albums as well, believe me. Firesign Theater, George Carlin, Robin Williams, oh Lord, thousands of people. My fandoms are many and varied.
Yeah, Ace Bonnie says, I like Westerns. My dad and I watch them. And then Lily Wallace. Okay, so evidently Lily must be related. Reposting. She's saying Chad is directed towards Big Brother with a subliminal message idea left behind. Ah.
Well, the trouble with that is I am the big brother and my little brother is asleep because he had a hard day at work today. And if you believe that, you'll buy this watch that I got from Ted Davies.
I was going to say, I grew up watching, well, my granddad and grandmother raised me, but yeah, Westerns was what I grew up watching. Granddad was a big fan of John Wayne, Audie Murphy, Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, you know all the movie, all the Westerns.
Oh, and, yeah.
He liked John Wayne's war movies also. He was Air Force for 10 years down there at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. So, which one of my favorite war movies is actually John Wayne's The Green Berets.
Mm-hmm. George Takei was in that.
Very long movie, but good movie. But yeah. Oh, there. Okay. Yeah. Did I say F-35?
Yep. That's my truck keys.
Yeah.
No wonder your truck don't work.
That may be too. Oh.
Shouldn't have took that. I don't know why they built them F-35.
It was a good idea at the time.
It looked good on paper.
F-22 was a whole lot better.
It is, but what they were doing with the F-35, the main reason they wanted a plane that could be easily modified parts across all the services for whatever they needed. It was a good idea at the time, but the damn thing's so sophisticated. I think they're up now to 800 defects and climbing.
Oh yeah. I was looking at it today because I was curious after watching that documentary I was talking about, watching about the Gulf War, about the Warthog A-10, and they just got finished refitting all of them with the new wings they was putting on. Yeah.
Now
that is an awesome machine right there.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd ever get rid of it, to be honest with you. But,
we've got this great big old gun. Let's build an airplane to go around it.
It's one of the problems with the A-10, and it's something that as they've been getting more and more into this, we don't want to kill everyone around the terrorists. We just want to kill the terrorists.
Oh well.
The A-10's not really good at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's refine the gun sight just a hair.
Well, I was about to say
it's more of the to whom it may concern kind of tank killer.
Yeah.
It kills the tank and everything around it for 50 meters in any direction.
Well, I was about to say that's what they.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason that's the reason they just did away with the F-22 pretty much. It was more of a dogfighter, more or less, than a.
It was air superiority, and I'll tell you what killed the F-22 more than anything. The next one. Okay, they've already got the next one.
Yeah, and the next one.
Yeah. Well, the F-22, the proof testing of every plane, they were built in Atlanta. You know that.
Mm.
Chattanooga is the airspace for flight tests. Yeah. And the
Chattanooga, because of the mountains on either side of it, basically, we're in a valley. For like,
yeah. Little known fact: the runway testing and taxiing, they do that on 285. Everybody thinks it's a Corvette, but no.
Yeah. Jake, we're seeing your comments. We're just got so much going at the time we can't keep bringing them up.
Yeah, we're not Brian K. Morris.
Yeah.
We can't read every comment.
Yeah, we don't read every comment, but
not out loud.
But
we read them when they happen.
Yeah,
we can't read.
Yeah. Well,
that
Chattanooga,
600 words a minute here.
They were doing the supersonic testing in the Chattanooga area. So I mean, all the time. Boom,
a lot of that though wasn't testing. The problem is they come in at a certain speed, just under sonic boom speed.
Yeah.
But once they get close to these mountains here in Tennessee, the air compresses more under the aircraft. So just immediately they're cruising along saying, hey, I'm not supersonic yet. All of a sudden they run over one of these ridges around here and boom.
Yeah, because the air is compressed, the speed of sound actually reduces from the compressed air.
Yeah. Well, what was funny is at the 127 yard sale. Have you heard of that? Starts in Gadsden, goes all the way up into Ohio.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
World's longest yard sale. Yeah. We were up at this one place on the Hamilton County, Sequatchie County line. Big setup and all that. There's this old man just a whittling, and one of the damn sonic booms happened. This old man never even flinched, never shook. People go, "What the fuck was that?" He goes, "Either one of them damn airplanes or Johnny blew up the meth lab again."
I'll be right back. I had to stay for that.
Yeah, but I mean, he never missed a stroke on the whittling. Just
that F-35 though, when they get all the bugs worked out of it, it's actually going to be a pretty decent aircraft. It'll be the next F-16. So.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
The problem with any piece of equipment the military gets is you get a bunch of engineers and designers to build it,
and they all think they know everything.
Well, they know their bit, so they build this really cool weapon, then they give it to the military, whose military only does two things: kills people and breaks stuff. So if you give us a really cool weapon system, we'll figure out a way to break it for you.
Exactly. Well, I was about to say, I'm trying to think. Columbus Air Force. What is that training? Air Force. Is it 470th or 57?
Columbus.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly. They was doing training this weekend, and they fly to our airport up here and do touch and goes and stuff. I mean, it's just like a piece. What is I can't even think. It's just a single engine plane. But they actually did ground training this weekend over here too. Actually today, for some reason, and I don't know why they was doing that.
The National Guard unit.
It was out of Columbus, Mississippi, out of the Air Force Base.
Well, it's that time of year when the National Guard's everywhere.
Yeah.
Until they run out of money, which.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, Biden owes them $500 million.
Yeah, more than that, probably.
Just a little bit more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason you see a lot of the local governments doing a lot of road work and repair work in June, because their fiscal year starts on July 1st and they got money left over.
Right.
And if you don't use it, it ain't
gone.
going into the next budget. You'll get a reduced amount.
That's one thing you figure out about government real quick is if they give you money, spend every penny they give you and ask for more. Because anytime if you don't spend that $16,
I'll be right.
You won't get it next year.
Yeah.
That's it. You made it last year without that $16.
You'll only get 10 the next year.
Yeah.
And you're asking for 35 and hoping you get 20.
Yeah.
You can't do the right thing with the government. You try to say, that's wasteful. I'm not gonna do that because that's wasteful of government dollars. They'll take the dollars away. So.
If this was the after show, I'd tell you what the right thing is to do with government. But
charge them twice as much and build twice as many of them.
No, I'd sound like Mad Mike. But so I won't do that.
If you ever saw the movie Contact with Jodie Foster, had what's his name? John Hurt played the billionaire. And he told him, says, what's the first rule of government contracting? He says, why build one when you can build two at twice the price?
No, this is more the aliens philosophy.
Oh, the $3,500 toilet seats and $10,000 hammers.
No. How do you deal with government? Take off and nuke it from orbit. That's the only way to be sure.
Oh.
I was trying not to say that, but then again, nobody's listening at this time. Well, 4 people are listening at this time.
People listening. Heck, we got a whole comment section over there full of people listening.
Yeah. And we just get on a roll and sort of forget the comment section sometimes.
Well, yeah. We do actually have conversations.
Yeah. So. I do want to throw a question out to Lily Wallace and Ace Bonnie. Where are y'all located? Where are you watching us from? And don't say
that's Southern for you folks. Okay.
Yeah. And
suddenly the comments stop entirely.
Yeah.
Where are you at?
Actually, I say on Brian Morris's show every time, howdy y'all.
And they think it's cute, don't they?
I guess. Utah.
Okay. Not to be confused with Ottawa, which is a little bit closer.
Yeah. Ottawa. John gets that one.
Who says it that way?
Yankees.
People that's never been there.
Ottawa. President Ronald Reagan calls it Ottawa. And then somebody corrected him, and he went, "Oh, Ottawa."
Yep, that's the way to do it. My mom's hometown wound up on Unsolved Mysteries because somebody got murdered on the train tracks that went right past my maternal grandmother's house. But the murder happened a distance away, but still inside the city limits. And instead of La Follette, like everybody locally called it, the announcer for Unsolved Mysteries at the time called it La Follette. Needless to say, in East Tennessee, he was no longer taken seriously for anything, poor Robert's dad.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Oh.
Chattanooga made Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, which one was that?
The Signal Mountain Murders.
Oh, enlighten me. This is one, and speaking as somebody that studied serial killers, this is one I've never heard of before.
3 guys on 3-wheelers.
Mm-hmm.
Just out riding around through the woods. 2 of them were home on leave from the Air Force, and they just came up on an area they shouldn't have been on the backside of Signal Mountain. Actually, there was a conspiracy that there was more people involved, but the guy basically dumped the bodies at one spot, dumped the 3-wheelers at another spot, and they found the bodies before they found the 3-wheelers. They weren't supposed to find the bodies.
Now, this was not one of those areas where there is neck high to a motorcycle strands of barbed wire strung across the road.
Yeah, they're probably placed at that time. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar with the culture that would do that.
Yeah.
So.
But the crazy thing was, one of the brothers that was out searching for him, this guy pulls up and asks him, "What's going on? What's all the police out here for?" He said, "All that." And he says, "Yeah, we're walking back up to the command post." He says, "Pile in the truck. I got, I'm headed in that direction." They piled in the back of this pickup truck of a freshly washed. Back of the pickup truck was freshly washed. It was the guy.
I imagine so. Yeah.
But yeah, he killed. It got the whatever the Air Force version, the NCIS was involved because they were military.
Yeah, off-duty military. Yeah. I would be really interested in reading the forensic reports and stuff on that. If you happen to ever run across the links and everything, shoot them to me, because that's
John's already on it.
Hey,
I got John's.
No, I'm on the last one actually. But,
oh, okay. But that's used to be my well, let's not go there. That's a very bad analogy, but that was something that highly interested me in my youth. So I started off reading everything I could on Jack the Ripper and other unsolved mysteries, and met with some like-minded friends and online once online became a thing, and it was really a lot of fun for many years. And I have the back of my mind is full of random factoids about all sorts of unsolved crimes or recently solved crimes, and there are still unsolved ones out there. And one of our friends had taken inspiration from something that was an unsolved mystery at one time, and now he's on his second book about it, but he's writing fiction, so he can make it go whichever way he wants. But thank you, Uncle Carl. Those are really good. Please do finish the second one soon.
I can't find.
Yeah, forensic science is a very interesting field.
Oh yeah, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. There's so many aspects of it.
Yeah, I just sent you the Google link.
Okay, that'll get my feet wet.
Yeah,
and I'll dive into that as soon as I have some spare time. Hopefully, if we get a day it don't rain tomorrow, I can mow the backyard because it's about knee high.
No, that sounds like mine, and it's supposed to be 80% chance of rain here.
Hey, Josh, did you see that?
No, I did not. Yeah.
So yeah, we got to start sort of wrapping it up. It's that time. I've got to just as soon as this wraps up, I've got to jump over to another live stream, find out what's going on. They got the landing pad lit up like the Vegas Strip, the Vegas Strip in Texas. So
the Vegas shrimp.
Yeah.
Bezos?
No, Elon.
Oh. Is Bezos, ain't that where he go? Ain't that where he launches to?
He's on the other side of Texas.
Okay.
There's a bunch of what am I trying to say? They have
that new pad. That new pad they.
Yeah, the new pad they poured. They came in and put 2 feet of dirt on top of it for all the construction equipment.
Oh, okay.
No, the Bezos has bought a bunch of senators and congressmen. And
yeah, I was about to say
they're relatively cheap, actually. I could buy about 100 of them.
Well, the FAA was giving him hell.
On Amazon now.
Yeah, really. eBay.
That has been brought up. He says it's amazing that Elon has said it's amazing that. Well, we're gonna have to go. It's show's over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
No, Chris, we're not about to go live. I'm going to jump in on his stream and find out what's going on.
Alrighty.
All right.
Stay tuned for Last Man Standing. We're fixing to start just about now.
Yeah. All right. So say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I have slept the surly bonds of earth and danced the skies on laughter-silvered wings. Sunward I've climbed and joined the tumbling mirth of sun-split clouds and done 100 things you have not dreamed of. Wheeled and soared and swung high in the sunlit silence. Hovering there, I've chased the shouting wind along and flung my eager craft through footless halls of air. Up, up the long, delirious, burning blue, I've topped the windswept heights with easy grace, when never lark nor even eagle flew. And while with silent, lifting mind, I've trod the high, untrespassed sanctity of space, put out my hand and touched the face of God.